On December 21st, which is tomorrow, Monday, there is going to be the great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter. Now, I know we're concerned about COVID and exposure and everything, but hear me out. It is also the winter solstice for the Northern Hemisphere, and we are in the Northern Hemisphere. Grenada, we're in the Northern Hemisphere. Okay, and it's the shortest day in the year. Now, if you're one of those people who are into cosmic energy, the new moon, the full moon, pulling on the energies and so on to make intentions, it's a great time because you have all this happening. Now, granted, 2020 has not been a good year for the world. The last time we needed a cosmic shift like this was when there was the Dark Ages in Europe, and then there was the Great Conjunction, and in came the Renaissance. So I'm excited about the good that will come out of this Great Conjunction. I was looking for someone to discuss this with, and I couldn't find anybody until I remembered the holistic health coach, who is Joslyn. She is based in Trinidad and Tobago, but she is Grenadian. So here is our conversation. There's a lot of energy. There's people who are aware of it. People understand these things. The energy, there has been a shift and it's occurring. And if you're in tune with yourself, you can feel certain things. Because I myself, for a while, have been very angry about certain things that occurred. But like getting into myself and releasing, I could feel certain things happening. And as a result, I just let it go. You know, and the energies, I could feel the energies changing. So I'm excited for tomorrow night. So
I am so excited about this whole period. I'm excited about what you said, the correlation they make between Jesus Christ, because it's like 800 years with the age of the Aquarius. And then so we have these three things coming together. You have Jupiter, you have Saturn, and then you have Aquarius, that air sign, which just creates major shift. So I like to say we have a triple whammy. I mean, the energies are very intense. And if you are really listening to your body and in tune with your body, you will begin to feel, we are feeling it.
Yes.
And I always like to use the word, let's harness those energies because they are there for a reason. So with the energies out there, you have like Jupiter, where you have a whole set of optimism, you have expansion, you have growth, you have healing, you have abundance. And for those of you who believe in magic and miracles, you have that, you have access to that too. And it comes together now where you have access to that restriction that Saturn had put on us. Then you have responsibility, and of course you have what will be coming up for most people, where you can get now long-term lessons. Then some folks talk about karma. It's the end of the karmic period.
What does that mean?
Now, karma, lots of people think karma is bad, right? We already had us saying, don't worry, karma will get them. Karma will get you. And
it could be good or bad.
Karma can be good or bad. And whether we think it's bad or whether we think it's good, it comes up. We have it there so we can learn from it. And so with this whole coming together with the conjunction, you have now the end of this karmic period that some people would have been in. And it gives you the opportunity now for expansion, for growth. Lots of things will come up, as you mentioned. You talked about you feeling certain things, certain emotions will arise to the surface. And what is important to do, it's important now to sit with this thought, sit with it.
Yes.
And ask yourself.
What I was just going to say, I've been spending a lot of time with I have the opportunity to spend a lot of time with myself. And I
Mm-hmm.
have been away from people a lot. I have just kept to myself. It's just myself and my daughter, who doesn't really get the fact that mommy's just going into herself.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always talking. She can't help herself. She's a teenager. And
Yes.
and sometimes I'm just there and I'm just letting the thoughts flow. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just realizing that,
Yes.
let go, and just breathe. And
Ah,
it has become so much easier over the past few weeks, because it was really intense. And
very intense.
yeah, and I just had a release, and I was just like calm. And I'm just like, yes.
Yes, and you are doing the right thing because we had a whole week. It was an intensive week. We had the new moon recently. We had an eclipse, and so you had all these energies coming together. Now, all this is for a reason. It's really helping us for these old patterns. We are breaking old patterns. We are entering into new seasons. We are starting new beginnings. Um, According to astrology, there are certain, these two signs, Jupiter, these two planets, Jupiter and Saturn, always used to be interacting with the earth signs before, but now as the new age step in, they are going to be interacting with the air signs, which gives people the opportunity more than ever to tap into their career, their
And
professional self.
creativity. And
That's create
creativity.
a whole lot
Yes.
of creativity will
Yes.
be coming out there,
Yes.
right? So we have ideas, we have potential, we have possibilities, and of course with Saturn, we have now, we can come together now with the man bringing truth together, the manifestation, bringing it together into our concrete world. So all those ideas, all those possibilities, folks, those of you who are dreaming, and because of all the COVID and all this thing, you've been thinking, you know what, I have to drop all these plans. I cannot do this anymore. It's too painful. I don't have the monies. I don't have this. I don't have that. Now it's the time to harness these energies. Now you may not see the money, you may not see you may not see how you can do it, but it is not your business to try to figure
But the
out how you
how,
can do it.
not the
No,
business is
it's
not
your
your
business.
how.
Is
The how is not your
exactly
business.
not your business. It is your business to get in tune with your body, stay quiet.
Yes.
It's your business now to get the true essence of yourself as an individual, right? Or even if you want, you can tap into your community, but it's about tapping into true community spirit and essence of an individual. No, it's not the time to think about the material, about the money you don't have. Don't fuss about it. Now is not the time to think about the troublesome relationship. If you do have it in your life, now it's the time to release it. Those things that are coming up, ask yourself, ask the Almighty, ask Spirit, why is this thing coming on? What is it you're asking me to change? Because the energies out there now will help you to make that change. If you wanted to jump out of a relationship because it is not serving your highest good, now is the time to sit and think it through. Ask for the right answers, ask for the answers, and you will get it. You will get what you need so you can begin to get your new beginning. So do not allow these opportunities. Remember, it's an opportunity for you to begin dreaming again. Wealth, your health, those of you who are concerned about your health, is a good time to tap into these energies, right? So begin to find your true essence. Journal if you
Mm-hmm.
can.
Mm-hmm.
Rest. Instead of having the heavy foods, have the soups, light soups, not with too much of dumpling and so on. Do a little thing with the maybe some corn soup, maybe put a little carrot. Tomorrow is good because I encourage people to go meatless Monday. So probably it's a good time to go meatless. It will give
Mm.
your body the chance now to think. So instead of your body having to deal with digestion, all this thing to digest, What it will do now is it give you a chance to rest and to connect with your spirit man, your spirit being, so you can God can begin to pour out what He needs to pour out to you, so you can move forward and move forward successfully. It's also a time where you can focus on your successes. And do not think of success as this big, having this six mansion house and this all this big time vehicle and all this. Think of what have you overcome?
Mm-hmm.
What have I overcome? I think when you think of it in that term, you have lived through COVID. Some of us can still smile. This is a big achievement. Some of us face death, but we're still going. We had to bury our loved ones. This is an achievement. It's a success. So think of it in that term. Think of it of how you can plant a tree, tend to your garden. These are the energies that you can use now to give you pure joy, a joy that comes from inside. So focus on those things. I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, you
I get
are.
excited.
You are, you are, you are. 2020 has not been easy for any of us. And in my research, what I came across is that the last time, like for example, Europe went through the dark ages, when this alignment occurred, then the Renaissance period came in. And those of us who did like history and enjoyed European history, we know all the great things that happened during the Renaissance, the art, the music, the this, the that. It was
Explosion.
booming. It was an explosion of creativity about art and everything.
Yes.
So
yes.
When I was doing the research, I got so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder what is going to happen. Good, I hope. I'm praying. Because, and, you know, one of the things that what I came across to is they've already come across with the vaccines. And so many are saying that 2021, we just seeing more building on those to make things better for us. That's some of from the research I've been doing. And even with the now the different strain of the COVID, they're just saying that the scientists are saying it was expected. You know, it was expected to see a mutation. So so all of that is understood by the scientists. So, you know, we know the lay people who have to just live.
Yes.
We know, as you were saying, use this time to get in tune with ourselves. Granted, we cannot forget what is happening, but we can't help ourselves if we get all tied up in everything that's happening, because everything affects us, and we affect our mind, our body, and our ability to put out, you know?
Yes.
So how can we set intentions? You suggested, like, for example, for tomorrow, which is the day of the solstice, we could start doing doing light meals. Like maybe even some people are very strict about it, could go fasting or whatever.
Yes, I recommend fasting also.
So, you know, what do you suggest?
To set your intentions, as I mentioned before, of course, you can do light meals. If you someone that's doing fast, you can fast also. One of the things you want to do is to meditate or to spend some time praying. If you can get that time, it's an excellent time. Before you even begin to set intention, you want to find a space. I call it your sacred space. For me, this is a part of my sacred space here. So you can organize, for those of you who like to do your candles, tomorrow is a perfect time to use your candles. If you have a purple candle, use that. If you figure you can get a purple candle, do that. If you don't have it, then use what you have. You can light a candle.
Excuse me, what is the significance of purple?
Purple connects to the sign, one of the the sign, I think it's either Saturn or
Jupiter.
Jupiter,
Jupiter.
one of the,
Jupiter.
yes, Jupiter. So
Okay.
it is it's that connection with that sign. And Jupiter, of course, is the sign which will really help us to set those intentions, because that's where the ideas will come out. All the possibilities are there. You can tap into the abundance. And abundance, of course, means not, again, I like to strike on, because a lot of times I talk with folks and folks limit themselves to finances, forgetting that finances can come in many different ways. So it could be somebody grant you a favor. It could be that you get a debt cancellation. It could be that you something that you normally pay for, you don't have to pay for it again. So number finances come in many different. So look at it that way rather than getting hard cash in hand. So when with the purple candle, if you have that or any candle, it begins to clear up your mind. Another thing you want to use also is if you have your essential oil. So you can use things like jasmine, your essential oil that will help to relax you. If you don't have essential oil and you're someone that use incense, you can also burn jasmine in incense. You can do rose incense also. So these are some of the scents that you can use. There are others, but I'm just giving these two that you can also use on the day before you actually begin to set intention.
Okay.
And as you take this time, maybe even to relax yourself, you may want to have a cup of tea. Uh, Chamomile is an excellent one in terms of giving you the opportunity to relax, rest. Okay, so these are some. Let me take it from the beginning. So to set the atmosphere, you want to play some lovely music. There's different hertz of music, so maybe you want to start with something like 428 hertz of music, some jazz, those things that will get you maybe to start with, because some of us need to come down, yeah? So you can start with, so before you just go jump from one high to that mellow mode, you can get, and then you probably can start with a lovely parang, because we are in the Christmas season, and then take it down, and you take it right down to get the hertz. But if you go on YouTube, those of you you'll find nice, because you don't want to meditate with any music. There's special that would help to stimulate your brains and get those endorphin moving and get the hormones in a place where you will be in tune and in alignment to receiving. So this is what you're going to set your atmosphere with the music. Then from the music, you're going to do your scents, whatever scent. If you don't have all of that, I'm sure most of you are Caribbean people. We have cinnamon. You have cinnamon. Put a pot of cinnamon on fire and let it give that air that wonderful aroma. So you can set those atmosphere, that nice scent that will get your brains thinking. So you have that. Of course, like I said, if you have the incense, and you are someone that burns incense, you can do that. You can use your diffuser. You may want also to take a salt bath. If you have herbs, include the herbs in that bath. For those of you who do not have a bathtub, that you can mix your herbs in a basin, or a jar, whatever it is that you have
Whatever tub
available
that
to
you
make,
have, yeah.
whatever, yes, and you carry it in your bathroom. And on your last bit, when you may have to do all the scrubbing and so on, then you can take that herbal bath that you mix for yourself and pour it over yourself, right? And when you do that, you want to stay with it for about 20 minutes. Yes, because
So
you're
don't
going to
dry
include
off,
some
just let
salt
it.
in it.
So just let
Yes,
it on your skin.
just let it stay on your skin if you can, right? And that will really help. If you don't want to do that and you're not someone that's suffering from high blood pressure, you can do a simple cleanse. So when you sit in your sacred space, whatever space is that, you can take a tip of sea salt. Just take the tip of your finger, take a tip of sea salt, put it on your tongue, spend a little time with it, and then you drink a cup of fresh water. Those are simple things that you can do to make yourself feel special, and at the same time, you will get health benefits from it. Okay, so it's a simple cleanse that you can do. It will help your liver also. So these are things that simple things. I'm talking about all of this before you do. Now we coming now to the intentions and basic things, because with intentions, again, you want to do things that is in alignment with what spirit is asking you to do for this season. So as you would have been observing yourself as you go along, Sarana, you talk about you felt a lot of things were coming up for you. Now, as these emotions, you can, if those folks, they were tapping into these emotions, now they can ask God, what is it you telling me? Why is this thing coming up? Is this something that was coming up regularly? Is this a cycle that I'm going through? So now is the time, as you see, as you feel, as you see, as you hear, whatever, you're going to now write them down. If you do not have a journal, you use a piece of paper. You write it down, and as you're relaxing with the music, I'm positive things will come up. Now, just let me give you how I set an intention for this, for what we're having now, because don't be, it's no coincidence that we're chatting. Before you message me, I had some ideas in my head, and I'm saying, God, how can I get this out to folks? How can I allow people to tap into this energy? How would they hear it? I mean, yes, I'm on social media, but my audience, I'm limited to some audience. And and there you came around about an hour or two after I checked, and I saw, so it's no coincidence. But in addition to that, for me personally, I was getting jittery too, because I have things coming up for me. So I took a drink, I made my tea, I do all the things that I'm telling you that I did it. And I I I put on some music, I stick it in my ears, and I lie on the bed and I fall asleep. And when I get up, that's what I do. And I'd advise people to do that. And you can do it even from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
When you get up in the morning, the first thoughts you get, you write them down. Most times these are the thoughts that come from spirit. So you write it down. So it's the same thing. When you're meditating, after you would have ask Father, Mother, God, whoever you call your spirit man, what are these thoughts? What are these things coming up for? And then when you rest, the first thoughts that come to your mind, you write it down.
Okay.
And that's what happened to me. The first thought that came to my mind, I wrote it down. And it's no coincidence, this is what you wanted to talk about.
The
So,
universe is working. Jupiter and Saturn bringing us together.
Yes. So that's what people need to hear. They need to know that don't despair. Don't feel like you are being deprived. If you're someone that have a pay cut or you do not have a job or whatever, don't despair. All is well.
And
All is well.
even in this time of, everybody's busy, it's Christmas, and everybody's thinking about buying stuff, and some people are worried, feel less than because they cannot afford to buy and do the whole big shebang. I mean, and it might affect them. But with this whole thing, conjunction and all the energies surrounding it, I think it's a good time, I don't know, is to just forget about the spending and go inside.
It's a great time to go inward.
Yeah.
Perfect time. Because you are the gift. God gives you gifts. And these are the gifts you can bring to humanity, to your family, to your friends. You, you are the most precious gift. You are worth more than $1 million and more. And I'm not saying that in any cliche way.
I get you.
After, yes. So folks have to realize it's you as an individual that makes your family happy. The smile, the joking, the laughter, whatever it is, a cake. If you can bake a cake, go ahead. If you can't bake the cake, then whatever, think about the spiritual ingredients that you can put together to share with your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
I'm so glad I reached out to you because I was doing all this research and talking about this over and over, and I'm like, who can I talk to about this? This intrigue. These are things that intrigue me. I'm into the planets. I'm into this and
yes,
that, and hardly anybody to talk to about these things. I'm all over the place. I mean, I like music. I like this and any other, but there are times you want to talk about things. About. I don't want to go too far, but quantum physics and all these different things,
yes,
What do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? Just have the little
yes.
conversation and mind and
And
not.
yes, I'm happy you talk about quantum physics because we are making lots of quantum leap in 2020 and in
Yes.
2021. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people would have recognized that already,
Mm-hmm.
right? So while 2020 would have had many painful moments, remember we are growing. And with growth comes pain sometimes, lots
Yes.
of the time. So there are lots of beautiful things that we are in and that we can look forward to. It's so much beauty around us
You
and
know,
in us.
one of the things I was reading something, and one of those someone in the field, what are good things that occurred to you in 2020? And immediately they came to mind. And I was
Oh
like,
yes,
creativity, growth. What
yes,
was the next one? And I had so many coming out of me. I was like,
yes.
and you're thinking about the things that you think are bad. So many good things happened for you in
Um,
2020. Hello, knock
a
knock.
lot of good things happen.
You know, I mean,
Mhm.
the bad things. Sometimes when the bad things come, they overshadow. Like
Yeah.
they overshadow because for me, when it happened, it wasn't a surprise, but when it did happen, it
Mhm.
was a matter of cutting income. How do I
Mhm.
survive?
Yes,
So all these
yes,
things I was going through, and
yes.
and then getting to this point here, I'm like, hello, girl, knock knock. How many good things happened to you?
Mhm.
Count, 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 count. It's
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
yes, there has been so much release in 2020.
So much, so much. I had a couple losses too. I
Yes,
lost my job.
me too.
I lost my grandmother. I lost my aunt. So I had some major loss.
Yes.
But with all of that, I mean, for my grandmother and my aunt, I feast on the memory. I celebrated my grandmother because she was a one. That strong Black Caribbean woman, and so I lived on her memories. I celebrate my aunt's memories, as sad as it was. So that was one plus, in terms of from the loss. And well, from the loss of the job, honey, I had a ball. And I got, because I had the opportunity to do more. And I've studied a lot. And so at the end of I don't know if you saw this, but I am now studying, working towards my doctoral degree.
Excellent. Oh
And
yes, I remember
so,
you. Yes, we yes, I remember.
yes, so so I mean, there's so many more and so many moments, you
And
know.
strangely enough, I haven't worn this shirt and worn this necklace in a long time. No, I was walking in St. George's And actually, Melville Street, there was this guy who was crazy about stones and crystals, and these are the things, these are the kind of jewelry I like. And
Yes.
and I passed. I saw it. I asked him how
Mm-hmm.
much was it, and I was like, no, not in my budget. Goodbye. I passed. I went to the supermarket. I went somewhere and
Yes.
I passed back. I saw it again. I went somewhere and I don't know why I kept passing back.
You had to have it.
And then it's like it's a rock.
What's it?
Um,
What kind is that?
I don't know what kind of rock it is, but it's shaped in a triangle. And you know the power of the
Okay.
triangle.
Yes.
And like I'm into those things, so I know the power of the triangle. And I kept looking at it, and then it has this this circle in the middle. So all the different, not all the different, but the different two different powerful
Oh,
shapes, the triangle and the
yes.
circle. And I looked at it and I was like, nope, you're not spending money on that. You got this to do, that to do. Nope. And it just kept pulling me. It just kept pulling me. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll do without X. I'll do without Y, and I'll get it. And then there was another one. There was another crystal. He had a white stone, not a crystal, a white something. And I'm like, the guy and I became friends. I was like, so wait now, somebody sent you here for me? Why you keep having the things that keep pulling me? There was this white. I usually wear it. It's a white. I just call it I have to learn the name of these things, but it's just a white stone. I'll call it. I don't know what it is.
It's probably moonstone.
And the earring that goes with it.
It's a moon. It's sometimes moonstone.
And again, I was like, nope, no, I'm not spending any money on this. And I kept looking at it. And the guy's just like, I know you want it. I've given you a layer, so I'll send it for you for that. And today I was doing this interview and I was like, I haven't worn this in a while. And then I usually pair it with this. And as we're talking here, the thought of shapes came into mind. The power of the triangle, the power of the circle. And I was like, okay, this is the right time to wear this.
Yes. Geometric shapes. It's a perfect time for that. Yes. So you can draw on these energies and these stones. Look, I have my citrine here, which is perfect for abundance. Yeah. So I draw on the energies of it. And it works.
I don't know how it works, if it works, but these are the jewelries, these are the things that draw me, like nature things. I would pass by the river and see a river stone and be like, oh, that is so pretty. And they'll be looking at me, okay, she's weird.
Because you are connected to the earth.
Yes.
And you are very conscious of it. So the earth is calling you because the earth, we are made from that.
When I go to the beach, like you were talking about, I was thinking you were talking about being around to get a saltwater bath, and the first thing that popped into mind was the beach. But it's going to rain tomorrow, and around this time the water is rough, and But I was just thinking about just when I go to sit by the beach and the water just coming up, it's like it takes your troubles and it comes and just together.
Oh, that's so true. Oh, so true. Oh, so true.
Before you leave us, anything else you want to add about us being in connection with ourselves and making intentions for 2021? I mean, it's not a matter of saying about I'm going to accomplish this in 2021. Granted, you can, but it's all about being more grounded in you. And using you, knowing you.
Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy that you said it's all about being more grounded in you. It's all about you really getting to know who you are. What were you placed on this earth to do? Some folks like to say purpose. So what is it? What is it that you have had on your mind to do all along and that you were afraid to do? Or you were concerned about the finances or the time? Now is the time as you begin to set these intentions to think about setting it up to accomplish whatever those things would have been. Asking yourself some questions, like the basic question, who am I? What are some of the qualities that make me up? And how can I use these qualities to help myself and my family, or my community, or my country, or the world? Yeah? So these are things that when you're setting your intention, you want to think about, and and as you think about them, you write it down. It may not be about big, as Sarana mentioned, not about building the bigger house.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, we said these energies are basically based on the professional aspect of you, the career aspect of you. So when you're setting your intention, think along these lines. Maybe it's a good time to start up the new business that you wanted to start up. Those of you who are into studies, now probably the time to begin a new way of studying. No, it's a time, like I said, for some people, it's a time to get your relationship. It might be a rekindling of the love or romance, whatever it's a, if it's a romantic relationship. Maybe now it's a time that you can consider. So if the ladies, if your husband start to bring a little gift or something for you, don't throw him off and say, hmm, all the bloody time he was treating me bad, bad, what he trying now? No, no, it's not the time to say that. Right? I mean, if it's a serious case where you were in serious abuse, maybe now is the time you can encourage that person if you do not want to get out. You can encourage them now to get a little counseling, or maybe some they want to see some spiritual person that you're confident in. So now is the time to harness these things, and as these are the intentions you want to set. Intentions around your relationship, whether it's romantic or otherwise. It could be your relationship with a mother or a father that wasn't all of that. Or it could be with your colleagues. So these are some things you want to focus on. Relationship. You want to focus on your new career path if that's what you want to do. Take up a new skills because the possibilities are endless now, and knowledge is basically free now for some of us, or many of us, if not all of us. You have the internet where you can tap into some powerful resources to get you going, all free, if you know where to channel those energies. So we talk about education, we talk about relationship. On the home front, you want to again channel your children too. So channel the energies. They're at home now. It's Christmas time. You want to focus not so much on the material with them, but show them maybe now it's time to tap into old family tradition or start to build a new family tradition. So how do you build an old family tradition? One of the things my mom did for me at a very young age was putting us around the dinner table and having us do the daily word and having us pray before we had a meal. So these are some things that you can set the tradition again. If you weren't doing it, it's a nice time to start it because the holiday lends itself to that. And you have the Christmas star, which they're calling the conjunction. So you can use those energies to do nice family, have the family out looking at the star together, praying, whatever prayer that might be, and tap into those good, juicy, yummy energies. Right? I normally do this to get people thinking about the here and the now. I call it grounding. So to ground yourself, to help you not to be bothered and worry about whatever might be coming up for you, you can do the simple exercise. So I ask your viewing audience and yourself if you wish, because you will get the benefit from it. Um, just you can, I'll invite you to close your eyes and just simply breathe. Hmm? So you breathe in, breathing the fresh breeze, because remember it's an air sign that we have out there. So you want to breathe in as much as you can. So you're breathing the fresh air, breathing peace, breathing goodwill. You breathe that in, and then you want to breathe out. Breathe out negativity. Breathe out all the things that get you into this bad mood. You want to breathe that out. So we breathe in again, breathe out, and then you want to let go of all that stuff, all the stuff inside of you. The next thing I want you to do is to take one hand. So you take this hand and you put it on your belly, and you take the other hand and you put it on your chest, your heart space, and you feel that. If you're doing it, you're going to get some great benefit from this, because to me that feels like I'm cuddling a little baby. I'm cuddling myself. I'm giving myself some love. So with this one hand on your belly and the other hand on your chest or your heart space, you want to take deep breaths again. And as you breathe, you want to quietly notice how comforting that is. See how it feels. Now be aware that you doing that at this point. Now you can do that anytime. You can do it in your workplace. You can do it before you go to bed. You can do this anywhere. And what you want to do now as you breathe, you want to let go of yesterday. Let go of the worries. Let go of the anxiety that you have about tomorrow. Let that fade away. And you want to be here in the now, in this very present moment. Let your heart open up, and you want to make room now. You want to make room for all the good that your Creator have in store for you. Allow that good to come in. You want to accept yourself with love and grace wherever you are at this moment. Wherever you are in life at this moment, you want to know that you are divinely guided. You are divinely guided at this time. And you can repeat with me, all is well in my world.
All is well in my world.
We're going to do it one more time. All is well in my world.
All is well in my world.
Good. And we're going to trust that the unfolding of your life has a unique part, and it is meant for you and only you. So now as you open up your eyes, you're going to walk forward. You're going to walk forward knowing that you are loved, knowing that you are brilliant, knowing that only good that is available to you with these energies that are out there. So tap into these energies and do have a beautiful day, a beautiful night, whenever time you're listening in.